In this example, I'm going to be making a TwinBlock rim just to demonstrate how to do this. So these have been made in the Sprint layer module according to the video instructions. I've got a blocked, this is just an offset model, it's not blocked out, just to speed things up. I'm not going to go into how to block out a model. Next is make sure you select this layer that you've used, and we're going to go to draw byte block, and this is the lower model. It flicks this way around. Place your cursor and click draw rim, and then use the G key and the E key to make this rim, and this will then adhere on the correct occlusal spots like that. And then we're going to accept this rim. Now this is purely a rim like that. Next thing is I'm going to position it maybe in transparent mode so that I've got the position where I'm going to cut all the way through it. Go to the model designer, select it, shift right click to place your cursor, go to the vertex cutting tool, go EZ to extrude it in the Z direction, then go A and then rotate it to the degrees you need. I don't know what that is. I'll just rotate 7. So rotate it to your specific needs. Use the G key like that and put the slicing tool somewhere where you think it should be. So again, I'm not quite sure. I don't make these things. Click on slice and then accept. This will now have sliced through them, and go on to separate like that. Now we've got 3 units over here. Okay. Next we're going to join them up. Next we're going to go to the articulator and we're going to make a few cuts. Before I do anything, I don't want to get confused in anything. So these two will join up, Control J, or you can right click and you can click on the join function. When they separate, you can join them. So we're going to go to the articulator, and this becomes our upper, that becomes our lower. And next what we're going to do is we're going to import our articulator, and we're going to set the animation a little bit. So go to the constraints. We're not going to open it. So what we're going to do is we're going to edit the protrusive. So bring your jaw forward, apply that. We're going to edit the excursive. Move your slider to the side, apply. And we're going to do the other one, edit that one, and we're going to move the slider to that side, apply. As you can see, now everything is animated. Now what we want to do is we want to link a few things to the animation. So link this one to the animation. Yeah, this one belongs to this one. Link to the animation like that. And the top byte blocks say they remain. Okay, so now we're going to have to make a few cuts. And this is a little bit tricky, but let's go through this. Alright, the first cut I'm going to be making is between this one and this byte rim, because this is going to be biting in there. This is going to be my object making the cut. It's going to expand slightly, apply that, and then this one here is the object being cut, and I'm just going to make a single cut like that. Okay, so that's been taken care of. And then delete object making cut. That's the transparent one. Okay, so just click delete object making cut. Next thing I want to carve out the entire animation for this one. So this now becomes my object making the cut. Makes the cut. Click on apply offset. This one then becomes the object that's going to be cut. Now you need to make sure that, like before, that the animation is all working. Okay, then you're going to click Cut All Movements, and that should then trim out all the movements for the section of this part block. Great, and then delete object making the cut. Okay, so we'll be able to see that all of the movements have been trimmed out. Okay, protrusive and everything. We'll smooth them down later. Next thing is we'd like to cut this one. Now, this one is going to be part and parcel of the top layer, so we need, this one becomes the object being cut, and this is going to be the object that's going to be making the cut. And we're going to apply the offset, and then what we're going to do is we're going to trim that. Now we can trim all movements as well. Please be patient, this takes a while because it's performing 14 Boolean cuts. Alright, so here we can see that it's been trimmed, and that's in all the movements. So delete object making the cut. Next thing is we've got all of our cuts that have been made. We're going to delete the articulator. We don't need it anymore unless you want to hide it. That's also okay. So if you hide the skull and the articulator, you can do that, or you can delete it, which means you would then press this delete condiles and animation. Okay, let's go back to the splint and layer module. Next, we're going to be unifying this one, and this one. Go to the Edit, Ball Tools, click on Union. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take this one and this one, always select the splint layer last, click on Union. Next, go to the splint and layer, and we're going to do some smoothing. Select Control I to select the inverse, H to hide, click on Smooth, and give it a quick smooth down. Set your strength and your auto smoothing a little bit, and make sure it's nice and smooth, and the junction is good. The top we're going to smooth a little bit finer. Click the auto smooth to lower, and then give it a quick smooth as well. Then click on Exit. This is going to remesh it. We set it to say 0.3. It doesn't have to be too fine. And then click Finish. Select your other one, Control I, hide. Then click on Smooth. Right click and smooth that down as well. We can set this a little bit finer. The higher you go, the finer it becomes. Right click, set your auto smooth lower. You can see how much finer it becomes. So this is going to be a TwinBlock with the occlusion cut out. So I don't know, I've never made one. I'm not the expert in this. Hopefully the video, it will help you. So exit that. Let's set that to 0.3. It's important to remesh it so that we can get a good mesh structure. And finally, we're going to cut out the fitting surface. Next, go to the cutting tools. This becomes our layer, and this becomes our target model. We're going to then cut fitting surface. Hide your model to see if it has cut. So this one is basically finished. This now becomes your target model. This becomes your layer and cut fitting surface. Hide your models, and this is cut as well. So here is your finished product. You can smooth it a little bit more if you want to. If you do smooth it, it has a mask protection layer on the inside so that you can't damage anything, and you could smooth that down a little bit more if needed. When done, export it.